Happy New Year! Welcome to 2025. I thought I would start off with the very first video of 2025 with a bit of a roundup of 2024, talk about some of the achievements, some of the things that have happened, some of my lessons, and then also some of my plans and goals for 2025 moving forward this year. Before we begin, if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe. Growing my YouTube channel is definitely one of my big plans for 2025, so please do subscribe, that would really help me out. So if we start off with some of the big achievements and key moments from 2024. So I started on the end of September because I wanted to have a video online and start posting on Instagram in October, which is Infant and Pregnancy Loss Awareness Month. So I wanted to make sure that I had started to make content and start posting in October. If we think about all the content and things I'm going to be talking about, I've only been posting in October, November and December of 2024. I haven't posted yet in 2025, but some of my key highlights have been talking to the guests. So I spoke to Yari, who is a mental health counsellor. We did 3 separate videos with her. I then spoke to Megan, who is a miscarriage mentor. She shared her story, and the next video coming up on the channel is going to be her talking about being a mentor and the difference between being a life coach and a therapist. So that's coming up in the next video. And the other guest was Carly, who works with My Storia, and she talked a lot about things to avoid if you are trying to conceive, and a lot of it was very surprising to me, and it was not what I was expecting to hear, which was actually really refreshing and really amazing to learn something new. And a lot of it was about microplastics and just the everyday items that we use in our life without realizing that they may be toxic to our health and also our fertility and our bodies. So definitely talking to those 3 people was a highlight for 2024 for me. I will be honest, I was terrified, absolutely petrified of talking to people. And it's funny because I've experienced infant loss myself. I know, I know what it feels like. I know the topic. I understand what we're doing and why we're doing it. But I was honestly terrified, especially the ones with Yari. I know her anyway from previous projects, so I knew Yari. But talking to Megan the very first time, honestly, I was shitting a brick. I was so scared and so nervous. So I apologise that maybe my first couple of videos are a little bit scatterbrained and a little bit here, there and everywhere. I'm hoping to improve my interview skills as we continue on this, because obviously next year I want to interview a lot more people. This year, I should say. I keep saying next year, I mean this year, 2025. I do want to keep interviewing people and share more knowledge about infant loss. So interviewing people is definitely going to be something that I need to get better at and get more comfortable at, but I really hope you enjoyed those videos because they were definitely really special to me, and I think it's definitely a step in the right direction and something I want to do more of. Another highlight for me was doing my fundraising. I raised $310, which is going towards some courses. Now I've done 2 of the courses, there's 7 in total, and it's all about holding space for pregnancy loss, holding space for abortion, there was grief work, there was shadow work, and so there's 7 different courses. Like I said, I took 2 of them, so the other 5 I'm going to be taking hopefully in January, February time, and really try and broaden my knowledge and my skills in terms of talking to people and knowing what to say to help and not make the situation worse or say something might be triggering, and just trying to be well informed. I would also like to do a peer support course, so that's something else I'll be working on in 2025 so that I can start offering some peer support sessions. I'll talk to you about that in a second though. So if we talk about content creation, I thought I would talk about some of the highlights and some of the stats of where I'm at now at the very beginning of 2025. So it's currently the 11th of January, and on YouTube in 2024, I got 422,000 views, which is insane considering I posted for 3 months of the year. So 422,000 views, and we got up to 712 subscribers. So that is absolutely beautiful. I know that some of the reels that I've been sharing, or they're called shorts on YouTube, I've been resharing people's videos, and one of those got 170,000 views, which was crazy insane. Another one got 26,000, 23,000. So I've really noticed that sharing other people's stories has been beneficial and people have related to that. So I'm going to be continuing on that in 2025. In terms of Instagram, let me quickly open the app and see where we're at. So on there, I've got 165 followers. It's taking a little bit longer to grow on Instagram, and I think that's probably normal. I'm not too concerned. And if we look at TikTok, I'm on 82 followers and 2,700 likes. So those 2, TikTok and Instagram, are taking a little bit longer to grow. YouTube is doing really well for me at the moment. I'm also posting on Facebook and LinkedIn, although I don't look at those apps at all. I just post and I'd never go on them, so I have no idea how I'm doing on those two, but yeah, I'm really enjoying the content. The most viewed video on YouTube is the 9 creative ways to honour your baby loss, and that one's got 48 views. So I know that's not a crazy number for a lot of people, but for me that is pretty good going. I'm really excited to do a video like this at the end of 2025 and see how this year grows and how the content changes and which videos are popular. But I thought that might be worth mentioning. If you haven't seen that video, you can go ahead and find it on my channel, or I will leave it linked below as well. In terms of the community impact, I have received a couple of emails from people saying that they have loved my content and they're really glad that I'm coming forward and talking about my experience, but also talking to professionals and other people about their experiences. I think this is definitely lacking in the world. Not enough people talk about infant loss, which is why I started this whole thing in the first place. So I'm really happy that people are noticing that I'm, stepping forwards and trying to help and be a person to sort of share voices and share stories within the infant loss community. In terms of partnerships and sponsorships, we haven't actually made any connections in 2024. That is something I'd be open to, whether it's mental health counselling, whether it's a jewellery brand, whether it's anything that could sort of relate to women who are going through infant loss, self-care products, yoga practices, that kind of thing. I would definitely be open to working with brands, but it's just not something that's happened so far, which is completely normal because we literally started 3 months ago. But I just thought I'd mention that as well. And in terms of personal growth as it pertains to the healing after infant loss work I've been doing, I feel like I grew a lot and really pushed outside of my comfort zone when I did the interviews. Interviewing people that I don't know, that I've never met before and I've never spoken to before, was terrifying, like I said before. So that was really, for me, that was really brave, and I'm really excited to continue and do that more. It's also been really rewarding for me to actually finally start healing after infant loss, because I had a miscarriage in 2016, an abortion in 2017, and after the abortion I thought, oh my god, we need to help more women. This isn't talked about. I felt so alone, so scared. I didn't have anyone I could talk to, so I just felt like I was so isolated. I then went on and had a miscarriage in Cuba in 2019, and then a missed miscarriage in 2020 during the hype and the height and the scariness of the pandemic. And again, I was like, oh my god, I need to do something, but I was just too busy with work, with travel, with life. And this year I thought, do you know what, I'm actually going to do it, and I'm really proud of myself for actually doing it and doing the thing that I've been wanting to do for years, and it just feels so right. Like, it feels like I'm heading in the right direction, I'm doing the right thing, I'm going to be helping lots of people. It's going to take time to grow, and that's completely normal, that's completely okay. I'm not a celebrity, I don't have a huge financial backing to like pay for ads and really push it forward quickly. But I am committed to doing it slowly and steadily, and just making sure I create good content that people want to watch and that's going to push us forwards. So yeah, the fact that I've actually started this is a big highlight as well for me. I would say one of the challenges I've experienced has been sharing my story again openly. I feel okay with that, but when I do talk about it, I obviously do get upset. Hearing other people's stories that are similar, different, it doesn't matter, it's still heartbreaking and it still really upsets me. So, being in that world where you're constantly hearing about other people's sad stories, it does just chip away at you a bit. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I don't know if that comes across in a bad way, but you have to be sort of mentally strong to be able to cope with other people's emotions and stories. So I am finding that hard sometimes, where if there's a story that is particularly heartbreaking, it really does affect me, because I have so much empathy and so much understanding and so much compassion towards people, so I get affected on a deeper level. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I just find that sometimes I can feel emotionally drained or emotionally tired, or it's just a lot, isn't it? Talking about the death of your children is never a fun topic, so I do feel the weight of that on me for sure. I would also say a couple of the negatives is the comments that I get about abortion, people saying, this, that and the other about it not being a good thing, essentially. I always delete those comments. I don't want people to see those comments on my channel, but that can also bring me down. It's also a little bit of a negative. I would say generally it's accepted and everybody's okay, but there have been a couple of comments that I have not appreciated. So now if we talk about 2025, some of my content creation goals and ambitions, I'm going to slow down a bit, because in 2024 I posted every Sunday. I would then post reels Monday to Saturday, and I'd post 2 from the video that I'd recorded, and then 1 was a reshare, and I'd also sometimes post graphics. So it was 3 or 4 posts per day for 3 months, which I think is going to very quickly lead to burnout. So this year I'm going to be posting twice a month, so the second Sunday and the fourth Sunday, I think it would be, of the month. And I'm also going to be sharing the reels probably once a day, maybe twice a day, but definitely not 4 times a day. That was crazy, that was over the top. I just felt like I had so much work to do all the time, and it's not a good place to be in. I want to be, you know, mentally calm and, I don't know, have enough space and time to help other people and not constantly be focused on the reels and the content and everything like that. So I'm going to be posting less videos, but I'm hoping they will be not necessarily better, because I think the videos that we posted were good, but it'll just be less rushed and less, you know, like a machine going. I'm hoping just to spread it out a little bit thinner. So I'm thinking I will do 1 video a month will be me talking. It'll be more exciting than this one, but I think this is probably a good one to pop in there anyway. And then 1 video talking to a professional or somebody sharing their story. So if you are a professional or if you would like to share your story, I will leave a link below so you can sign up and get on the podcast and YouTube channel and share your story or your knowledge. I would love to speak to you. I might be nervous, but we will get there, we'll get through it, and we can share your story or your information, your knowledge with everybody else. Obviously, my goals within the content creation space is to grow my audience. So I'm currently at 700 and something, 750 I think, on YouTube. I mean, I didn't think I would get 700 in 3 months anyway, so I'm already blown away, super happy with that. But, you know, if we could reach 5,000, 10,000 by the end of this year, that would be incredible. I would also love to grow my Instagram and TikTok. I feel like YouTube, Instagram, TikTok are my 3 platforms that I love. So if I could grow in those 3, that would be amazing. I think it's hard to put a number on it because I think it's hard to get followers and get subscribers. It's not, you know, there's not like an exact formula, or at least I don't know it. So it's hard for me to put an exact number on it, but if we could get, you know, 10,000 YouTube subscribers and 5,000 on Instagram, 5,000 on TikTok, that would be insane. The other thing obviously is the email list. I would love to grow that as well. I think I have about 5 or 6 emails at the moment, which I'm proud of, but it's obviously not big enough. So I would love to grow my email list. So I'm going to have to think of some like freebies to give away in exchange for an email. So that'll probably be coming this year as well. I do have a couple of guides on my website. There's a couple of donation-based things that you can purchase. I really want to grow that part of my business and offer things that can be donation based. So it's either going to be for free, or you can pay $20, you can pay $100, whatever it's going to be. But maybe have checklists, maybe have planners, maybe have journal prompts, maybe have meditations and yoga things that you can sign up for or pay for. I haven't really figured that out just yet. That's not been my main focus, but that is definitely something I would like to grow as well in the future, is the email list. The last thing in terms of content creation is that I would love to have different people sharing their knowledge in a class form. So if I interview, for example, somebody who is a yoga teacher, we'll have one video that's an interview and then the other video is a yoga class with that person. Or if one person knows about tapping, we'll do an interview where they tell me all about tapping technique, how it helps people, why it helps people, and then we'll have another video which is the tapping practice. So I really want to include more practical videos on my YouTube channel, so it's not just talking, we actually get into the depths of it and we do meditations, we do yoga, we do tapping, we do sound bath, we do all of these healing practices that I know work, they worked for me. So that's also something I want to do this year. In terms of the community, I would love to grow, like I said, on social media, but I also want to start doing some events. So I have a form you can sign up for where I'm going to be doing group counselling sessions with Yari, who was on 3 of my videos talking about mental health, and we're going to be doing once a week sessions, I think. I need to get enough people signed up before we can start. It's going to be $20 per person per session, and it'll be a group session of about 10 women, all talking about the same thing. We're all in the same boat. We've all lost a child or a pregnancy, and we all feel lost and scared and lonely and isolated and angry and, you know, grieving, all of these different emotions. We're all in the same boat, even if we experience different types of infant loss. So I'm really hoping to grow that to at least once a week, if not 2 or 3 times a week. I think that would be incredible. Like I said, I want to do my peer support training, so I could do peer support sessions as well. They would be cheaper, they might even be free. I haven't quite figured out the dynamics of all that yet, but there will be the group counselling, which is with a mental health counsellor, which is more about the mental health side and speaking with an actual professional. And then there's going to be the peer support, which is with me, and that's going to be more sharing your story with like-minded people, but not necessarily giving advice or helping with practical tools. It'll more so be just a place to come and connect with other women and talk about things going on in life. In terms of fundraising, I would also like to raise some money this year. So last year I raised some money for some trainings that for me to do. This year I would love to raise some money to help people who maybe can't afford the group counselling. So maybe we could do some scholarships or funding so that certain people pay a little bit more, so that other people can either go in for free or pay a little bit less, so that more people are getting access to professional help and professional care at a really affordable rate. So that's one of my goals. I would also love to raise money for other things. I was thinking about doing day retreats, so maybe I go around the UK and I stop in 10 to 12 different places, and we host a day retreat where we do journaling, we do yoga, we do talking therapy, sound bath, all these different sort of healing modalities, maybe tapping, maybe whatever it's going to be, and have it like a day retreat for people going through infant loss. And that could be a tour of the UK, we could go around Australia, we could go around the US and offer these services and these sort of retreats for people. So I don't know if I would need to raise money for that for flights, or maybe so that to make it free for people to attend, or maybe we do a lower price for people to attend, and then we can pay teachers and facilitators to come and teach yoga and do the sound bath and things. So I have lots of ideas, and on a bigger scale I would love to do a retreat or a couple of retreats, maybe one in Europe and maybe one in America, where it's going to be maybe 2 or 3 nights and we spend those full 3 or 4 days talking, yoga, journaling, sound bath, meditation, tapping, walking in nature, breath work, sleep workshops, all of the above, and have a really wholesome, amazing 2 or 3 days together where we can really try and heal through infant loss, heal our traumas, and just come out feeling better, stronger, connected, not alone, not lonely, not isolated. You'll feel like you've got a group of women who are all in a similar situation. I really feel like that would be so healing for so many women. I wish I had access to that when I went through my abortion especially. I was in such a deep, dark place. If I could have gone on a retreat for 3 or 4 days with other women who are experiencing infant loss, other women who are in that much pain and agony and sorrow, and we're all in it together, we can all help each other and grow and heal together, I think that would have been incredible. So if I can provide that for other people, I really want to. So I'm going to be maybe setting up some sort of retreat sign up page, so if you're interested, click the link. If it's not there, send me an email and I'll make sure I get it sorted. But yeah, retreats is definitely something I would love to do this year. Maybe next year, if we don't get enough people signed up this year, we'll see how everything goes. But if you are interested in a retreat, please do let me know. I would love to have a list of 10-20 people who will be seriously interested, and then maybe we can put it together. Now if we talk about the future, so I have a couple of future projects. I would love to write a book about my story and how I healed my losses, my experiences with family, with friends, with my husband, with losing babies. My whole experience I think would be a really good read, and I think a lot of people would learn from it, especially then going on to do embryo freezing and now deciding we're probably not going to have kids ever. We'll probably just stop the journey, and then also starting healing after infant loss and myself finding healing through helping other women. So I think that would be a really amazing book. And I would also love to write a book sharing other people's stories. So for example, I interviewed Megan on my podcast, and if I have 10 to 20 people that I interview, I could turn that into, I don't know, 5 or 10 pages of a book and have 10 different stories in one book, so that you can read 10 different stories of people experiencing loss, how they healed, what helped, what didn't help, their own personal experiences, and kind of share that as resources and knowledge so that you can learn from other people and again just feel like you're not alone. So books is definitely something I want to work on as well. I would love to do fundraising events. I'm not a runner, I'm not sporty at all, but I thought it could be awesome to run a marathon and try and raise some money, or climb Kilimanjaro and try and raise some money, or do some skydiving. I hate falling. Do some really fun activities where I can raise money for healing after infant loss. The other thing is that at the moment, healing after infant loss is officially part of my Rosie Andre LLC business. I think when we started it, we thought maybe it was just an ADHD thing and I would do it for a month or 2 and then give up. But now that I am serious about it, I know that I'm going to carry on. I know this is my passion and I really want to move forward with it. Maybe it's going to turn into a charity, like a 501c whatever it is charity, or a UK charity, I don't know, but something where you can donate every year and it'll be tax deductible. You can donate anyway to the charity and help the cause and the people behind it. I think then I would maybe take a salary from it. I have no idea, because at the moment everything I raise goes straight back into the business, and it's not in terms of paying for my phone or paying for my food. It's nothing like that. It's literally going back into helping me grow the business. So that might be something that happens in the future, is that it becomes its own business or it becomes a charity. I have no idea, but I'm just putting these ideas out here so that you follow me along on this journey. I really want you to feel connected and the business, and the brand, and the work that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So I say the business, but I'm not doing this to earn lots of money to make myself rich. I'm doing this to help other women. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was probably different to what you're expecting from me, because a lot of my videos are talking about my experience and talking about healing and and how you can heal after infant loss, but I think it's really important for me to be open and honest about what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, everything that's going on behind the scenes, so that you feel connected and you can come along this journey with me and see how we grow and develop and change. And maybe in 5 years time we'll look back at this video and think, oh my gosh, nothing worked out the way that you said it would in 2025. That's absolutely okay. I'm open to change, but this is sort of where I'm at now. I'm happy with my content. I'm really looking forward to doing workshops or live sort of day retreats or a couple of day retreats. I'm really looking forward to speaking to more people and sharing their stories and sharing their knowledge, and also providing more sort of practical classes on the YouTube channel, growing everything more and more. So if you are not subscribed, please do subscribe. Please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook and LinkedIn, even though I'm not on Facebook and LinkedIn, so don't message me there, I will never see it. You can also email me, I will leave my information below. If you would like to support me further and financially, you can also click on the fundraising page down below and you can select where you want the money to go. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and 2024 was amazing. I can't wait for 2025 to help more women heal after infant loss. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!